Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of Farthest Frontier, now available on Steam from Crate Entertainment. And today is a big day for those who have played this game, or those who want to play this game, because a new patch has dropped. That's the 0.8.0. 0.8.0 patch has dropped, and features some extensive list of new buildings, quality of life improvements, tutorials, production limits, more decorations, more efficient villager AI, which hopefully means some optimization, and cool stuff like that. So we're loaded into the game, and we're not going to foo-foo around. We're going to jump in and get busy playing. Yeah. So we're going to start a new settlement. I know it's like I just did a tutorial like a few days ago, a couple weeks ago, but this new patch was coming, and I've been farting around with the game. One thing I've got, that is my notebook. I have almost 2 full pages of notes regarding, and I'll put this together when I complete it to share with you guys. Let me just make sure. Yep, looks like audio is working. Let me know if you can hear the game sound and everything. Maybe I should just check that over here. Sounds like my voice stuff may be a little bit ratty. I apologize if that's the case. Let me give it a little shaky shake here or something. Make sure the connections are all tight and all that. So if you guys have any issues, make sure to put that in chat. Speaking of chat, let me fire that up and just say my howdy, folks. There we go. And hey, I appreciate everyone who's voting in the poll that's going on right now. Make sure to check that out on my YouTube channel after you like, share, and subscribe. I'm just trying to get a feel if you guys prefer live streams, recorded and edited videos, or both. And so far, it's amazing. There's an equal number of votes for live streams and for edited videos, and there's even more for both. So I guess the general consensus is you guys like both. Well, what we're going to try to do is build the tutorial into the live stream here. And if all else fails, I'll go back and do it separately. Anyway, I was telling you about the notebook. The notebook I have is building information. So what I've done is written down a list of the levels that your town center's got to be at to get the building, and the footprint size, okay, and what it does. Is it a positive, effect on the stuff around it? Is it a negative? Is it detrimental? Is it balanced? And then I've also put in the radius for things like your hunting cabin, forager shack. They have a radius of about 30 tiles for their, which means it's 60 really, the diameter of that the circle, because you can reposition it. It's not just a radius of 30 tiles from the hunting shack or the hunting cabin or the forager shack. That's a circle you can move wherever you want to move it, which is super cool. So allows you to say, hey guys, go over here. I'm gonna put the building here, but I want you to work over here, as opposed to the building being set and then the radius around the building being concrete, set in stone, that you can't move it. But this is information like your town center is 6x6 tiles. The market is 4x. Ooh, it says 4x4. Oh yeah, the market's 4x4. The trading post is 4x5. Okay, so this is that kind of information, because that, I think, is going to help if you know this in advance, right? Because you're not going to have all these buildings unlocked when you start playing the game. You're going, with this information though, it will help you lay out your city and decide, I'm going to leave a 4x5 space here for the trading post, for example. So it's going to mean you alter kind of your road locations and maybe where you put some things. Also, we want to address the layout of the village in an RCI format. So that's residential, commercial, industrial. The industrial being the polluting stuff, the heavy industry stuff that you don't want the residential near. And the commercial's the kind of in-between stuff. So like your saw pit, which becomes a sawmill, or your tannery or smokehouse or smoke shack. Those are bad things. They have a negative influence on the space around them. And you want plenty of room between those, your soap maker, the forges, things like that. You want a lot of space between those and your residential area. Okay. So, and then in between the commercial stuff is more like your cobbler, your shoemakers, your weavers, basket weavers, markets, storage places, things of that nature. All right. So with all of that said, let's cut the Willy Foo stuff and get into a new settlement here. We're going to do Trailblazer mode. If you watched the previous tutorial, this is Pioneer is easier mode. Trailblazer's medium. Vanquisher is hard. We're going to do medium mode. Let's run through Dawn Stable. That's not a bad name. Woodvale, No Man's Land. Now, some of these are lame tree. Hyperborea. They've got some funny names built in here. Hamhurst, as opposed to Liverwurst. Colorado. It's like Colorado, but it's Colorado. Avalon. Raidersville. Rockabari. Okay. If I can't pronounce it, we're not going to do it. New Arcovia. That's kind of a cool name. Snods Meadow. Kernholm. Urland. Harnfort. Pickleberry, Valberry, Raidersville. Oh, we're getting some Blackmire. That just doesn't sound good. Pickleberry. Well, Bourbon Town. There you go. I don't drink, but if I did, bourbon I think would be on the list. My mom used to make bourbon balls at Christmas, and those were always good. My sister liked them. I like the fudge, and my sister liked it too. We're going to go to a large map. We're going to not play pacifist mode, okay? Because this makes it so that if you just want to learn how to play the game and build the economy and feed your people, play pacifist mode. That gets rid of your wolves and bears and boars. Oh my, because they'll attack your people. And it gets rid of the raiders and thieves and all that crap. But I think because it is a curve on the raids and stuff, like one of the cities I've been playing, each raid there's like 5 guys, and then there's like 2 years, 3 years later, there's like 8 guys, and then there's like 11 guys. It just gets a little bit progressively bigger, and then they start coming in from 2 directions. So yeah, we're going to do Idyllic Valley. If you're not familiar with this, there's like 5 different map types. Idyllic Valley is the most friendly. We're going to do that. You can go into advanced settings and you can make things more specific. If you want to make the raiders tough, but everything else, easy or whatever, blah, 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 you can do that. Basic settings is this right here. You know what? Bourbon Town. Let's go. So we'll see how long this takes to load up. I'm hoping with the, oh, no, we're not doing that. Tip, hunters won't attack wild boar by themselves, but you can directly control multiple hunters and or villagers to take down a boar. That's kind of boring. That's funny. A-Train, you funny guy. This is, in the last couple, I've started a couple of towns here in the last couple of days because I'm trying to figure out a better way to start the basic layout. I've seen some videos guys have done, like Raptor and some other people, and they have these beautiful cities, and I'm trying to get this layout figured out. How many, like for houses, right? The house takes up 3x3 tiles. So you could stack 2 of them back to back, right? Then you put a road down each side in theory. What if you make it 7 tiles so you can put like a walkway down the middle? And then what if you put double gaps between them so then you could put a fountain or you could put a statue in there? You see what I'm saying? There's little things you can do that will help improve the the land value of your homes, and that helps down the road. When you start pushing up to level 3 and then level 4, it starts to get important. So planning for that in advance is something that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. All right, does that make sense? So I think I came out with a pretty good basic road design last night for our tic-tac-toe pattern, because you're kind of built like a tic-tac-toe board, and I'm going to look at that. But then the SLS Artemis 1 launch was going on, and I decided that needed my full attention because it was super cool. So I tuned into that and turned off the game. All right, let's get this loaded up here, people. Here we go. Okay, now just keep in mind, whenever you first launch into the game, okay, it is effectively paused. You can take all the time you want to look over the map and find where you're going to start. Keep in mind, you want a few basic things to think about. If you see where I'm putting the town center right here, see the yellow outlines for the trees? That means the villagers would have to cut down those trees. They cut down trees and eat their lunch just like my old papa, which is a twofold process, because you do not start with enough logs to actually build the town center. So it may help to actually have to cut down some trees. Whereas here, it's in an open space, and they get the logs, they can just build that sucker, right? Okay? Plus there's rocks right here too, all right? So resources are key. We want lots of trees. Now, remember, the F key turns on the fertility. G turns on the desirability, which until you build something, it's not going to change the desirability. And those people are just going to wander around there. There's a little bit of terrain right here too, which is kind of cool. And there's iron ore. Ooh, iron ore and sand. Ooh, could we hit the trifecta here? Hang on. Let's look. I see lots of future berry. Ooh, hey, look there. There's clay. Now, we don't know how much clay it is yet, but there's clay, there's iron ore, and there's sand right in this area, which is a good supply of materials that you will need. What is this over here? Oh, there's more iron ore. Hey, what I would love to find. So here's more iron ore up here too. And there's lots of iron ore right there and there. Okay. So that's a consideration. There's also quite a bit of deer here, here, and here. You're looking for deer and you're looking for fish. Okay. Because you need to be able to feed your people. Plus, roots, herbs, medicinal roots, little vegetable plants, eggs. That's a bird's nest with lots of eggs. Here's lots of deer, which is probably 7 or 8. If there's only one chevron, that means it's usually 4 to 5. 2 is 6 or 7, and 3 is 8 or more. Is kind of the number I'm seeing. There's more over here. These are going to be hawthorn bushes, I think, and that's berries. They come into season in kind of like after spring. You get was it blueberry bushes come in first. Ryzen winter ends. Oh, looky what we oh my goodness. Holy cow. That's a lot of wolves. Crap. That's a look. I mean, I haven't been playing this that long, but dang, people. Are those actually little, oh, they are wolf's dens. Look at that. They've got actually a little den built for them out of mud, rocks, and trees. Yeah, no, we're going to be avoiding that place, but why do I get the feeling there's a gold mine up here somewhere? To see them? That's a lot of wolves. Oh, there's a gold mine right there. Ain't that just... And there's a gold mine right there. Man, you'd have to come up in here with some troops. Build you some defensive positions and wipe those suckers out. Dang. Wait, what's over here? That's sand. That's more sand. Oh, there's a gold mine. Wait, is it? It is. Okay. Now, you'd have to be careful getting this close to the wolves, because you are close to the wolves, but it makes sense. There's a big mountain. There's ore there. I don't know if you can get that close to it. I don't know if we're at the edge of the map or not. We're just at the edge of what we can see. All right. I don't want to constrain us to the edge of the map. So we've got lots of stuff here. Oh, here's fishing. All right. So this is a shoal of fish, which is plus 50%. So basically, when you put in your fishing thing, you'll see like these little blue points that the person will fish at. Those are 10% each. But a shoal of fish, which is this symbol right here, that means it's plus 50%. So that's a good thing. You need your willows for baskets. That's good. These may be medicinal herbs. No, medicinal herbs are brown. Those are roots. Or are they? All right, there's clay right there. Clay is good. The wolves are kind of close. There's coal right here. That's a big coal pit. But there's gold right there. And that's 3 chevrons. There's ore as well. All right, you know what? I think we're gonna have to look into this because this we're gonna look a little bit more. But oh, hey, look, here's a mountain too. What's around this mountain? There's iron ore. And yeah, I know it takes a few minutes to figure this out. Here's more iron ore. There's more iron ore. Okay, iron ore is good because you need lots of iron. You need that for tools, weapons. Upgrading some buildings, things of that nature. So here is nuts. Nuts. This is some roots. There's clay. Okay, so we got iron ore and clay over here. Now, if we had coal, we'd be in really good shape. I would rather be away from the wolves than close. All right, there's deer. I know we're kind of getting back into the place where we started. So let's go back up here and look at this mountain up here. All right, so we had deer and iron ore. If all the gold on the map is up where the wolves are, that's going to kind of suck and not good. Eggs. This flat land over stone is going to be key. Look, there's a lot of stone right here. This is where we first looked at, said, look, there's clay here, there's iron ore here, there's sand here. 3 of your critical initial components. Plus there's quite a bit of stone. Each of these should be about 40 stone. This is probably going to be 20. This is probably going to be 10. That right there, that little tiny rock right there. And there's the wolf's den. So one way or the other, we are not far from the wolf's den. Has a lot of wolves. We're going to wind up putting a couple of towers over that way. So now let's see. Oh, this is really fertile land too. Eesh. Those wolves will eat us alive. Okay, so we got some stone over here, here. Clay. Down here may be the place to go. There's a lot of fertile land. And there's not as much as over there, but this puts us close to gold. Gold is good. We won't have to fight our way into it. Now, yeah, see, there's deer right here, but there's also wolves. Oh, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this, guys? There's fish, too. There's deer and there's fish. I just don't want our hunters stumbling into the wolf zone. Eggs and nuts over here, and there's another wolf, isn't it? Yep, sneaky little brat. All right, fish are good. We like fish. Deer are good too. We like deer. That's iron ore. I think we'll be able to, we may be able to get to that. We may have to do some leveling up there. Of course, we could build our city center right here on this hillock. There's a lot of stone right there. Let me turn the view. We have the high ground. Anakin, I have the high ground. What are we going to do about this? Man. This is a deer there, deer there. I think we're going to have to, I think we're going to drop back and punt. We will go get the gold at a later time. For now, I think we're going to go for all the other resources here in this area. Iron ore, sand, clay. I don't see any other clay up this way. I don't see clay up this way. Ah! Okay, there's deer. And there's lots of iron up here. Deer and iron it is. We got quite a bit of stone through here to work with. The land is pretty fertile. I think we're going to look at starting. Let me see here. How can I position this? Now remember, we don't have to look at the map this way. We could always look at the map this way. I mean, the buildings have 4 positions. So you can look at it any way you want. Deer, deer, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. All right. Because now, as soon as we plunk this down, then it's on. I like the fact that we got a lot of iron ore down here. So we can build one mine. Yeah. If I go that way, that's going to wind up building us up onto the hill. There's just not a ton of trees right in this space. The ton of trees is over here. And we can't build this on the slope. We can build up here on the hill. Just gives us lots of rocks. Gives everything's downhill from the town center at that point. Which in a way benefits us because then we could build out our town effectively however we want based on the roads. That's a big chunk of rock right there. I think that's a good thing. We're going to need so much tree. So many trees though. Okay, this gives us, I think, a good position. We need to actually put it where we have to chop down. Well, no, we don't have to do that. Oh, wait, there's more trees over here. Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. All right, guys, what do you think? We good here? I think we're good here. Boom. That's where we're going to put it. All right. Now we've fired around for 20 minutes trying to figure out where the hell we're going to build the house. Prioritize. Go. Yeah, no. Let's turn the fertility off. Okay. So we're going to start thinking this through here. We're going to pause. You hit the space bar, it pauses, or you can click on it down here. 1 is half speed. 2 is 1 time speed, 3 is 2 times speed, and 4 is 3 times speed. Okay, I normally like to keep it at 2 times speed, but again, pause button is your friend. I mean, the space bar is your friend. Okay, so here's our location. I'm going to, hello? There we go. Turn a little bit here. We're going to go down here to harvest resources. We're going to harvest everything. There. That should keep them busy for a minute, right? All right. Now, the next thing we can let them start building. They're going to start chopping down trees and stuff to get the logs needed for all this. Okay. Where's our dude? Here's our dude. Okay, there's a hawthorn bush. This is our dude with the storage cart. Okay. We're going to move him over here. Okay. Now, so now we got to start thinking out our road setup. Okay. How do we want to do this? Now, the basic layout seems to be to do, and you can just hit the N key and that brings up the road to build you a dirt road. Okay. A tic-tac-toe board. All right. So you put 2 lines across, parallel lines, you put 2 lines up and down. Okay. So it creates 9 sectors effectively, with the town center being in the middle. All right. But I'm thinking we also want to we want to create space. So again, the town center is 6 by 6. So if we make our roads either side of it, that means the spaces here, 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 and here are going to be 6 by 6, which you can put 2 houses in back to back, right? But I think we want 8 spaces for the houses. So it leaves 2 tiles between them, right? So in doing that, what I'm trying to say here is, now if you hit the space key, it makes the road straight. See how the road's curving? And that's what's cool about this game. You can make curved roads and stuff. If I hit space key, though, it makes it straighter, even though it's, see how it's still staying straight. Okay. I think we're going to make the east-west roads okay, like this. Those are going to be our close ones. And then we're going to spread out the north-south roads to 8 tiles wide. You know something? And that 8 tiles does not have to be right on top of... Oh, that's a nice thought. Way to go, A-Train. See, this, my mindset towards doing this and thought process is somewhat evolving. I mean, as I learn more, I do more. You know what I'm saying? See, we can do this here. Okay. Now, with that said, I could adjust the 2 tiles over here. So instead of putting it here, which I could put it there regardless, I could put it here. And that would give me 8 tiles here. So you can split the houses up and then have 2 tiles down the middle to do whatever you want to do with. Which is kind of cool. Kind of like it. So let's do that. And then we will go ahead and put the final piece here. Okay, so now we've about got our tic-tac-toe board built. And there's our tree stand that we're going to be going after. Okay, swell. All right, let's hit it. Now, people will start building roads and chopping trees and stuff, but we can't build anything until this is complete, which is about to be complete. We're going to hit the pause button right here. Okay. Oh, that kind of flattened things out a little bit too. That was swell. All right. So now let's look at housing. We have, in fact, let's look through here and see if there's anything new to see. Because there's supposed to be a bunch of new buildings, but I think a lot of them are decorative. All right. So your tier 1, you got your town center. As soon as we build a saw pit and a storehouse, then we can build a market and you can build a graveyard. Tier 2, you build your healer's house, which becomes your hospital. So that's your dock shop, your trading post, school. Now, this festival pole, this is something new. All right. And that raises the area around it. And then your rat catcher, which you need eventually. Tier 3, you have your pub, apothecary shop, and theater. Okay? Housing, you still have your basic your shelters, which develop into large houses, which develop, or it goes shelter, homestead, large house, and then something from there. I haven't gotten to level 4 yet. And then your temporary shelter, which is if you got a bunch of people out here in the boondocks working at a mine or cutting down trees, eating their lunch, you can do that there. All right? Storage. You have the same stuff. So you have your stockyard, which is where the building materials go. Then you have a storehouse, which is where finished materials go. But you can also store food there, but better if you store food in your root cellar. But you got to build the stockyard first. Then tier 2, you have a wagon shop, which is your transport through town. Okay. Granaries and the vault for gold. Then tier 3, you have the cooper. And the cooper makes barrels. Okay. And that improves the storage ability of all this stuff. Maybe this too. I'm not sure. Food production. Let's see what we got here. Looks the same. Okay. So we got a hunter cabin, forager shack, fishing shack, crop field, smokehouse. And see how the desirability is 2 red arrows down? Yeah, you don't want to put that near, which seems a little weird. I would think the desirability, that needs a buff. No, that needs a nerf, because I mean, who really doesn't want to be downwind of the smokehouse? Tier 2 is a windmill, bakery, which actually buffs the area around it. Barn is drops down, and the arborist building is neutral. Tier 3, you have a cheesemaker, which is neutral, and a preservist building, which is neutral. So these are some of the buildings you want to put in the C, in the RCI index, if you're thinking about it from terms of other city builders. Residential, then the C for the commercial, and then the industrial, crap down here that's, lowers land values, the desirability. Resource. Ooh, wait, do I see new stuff here? I'm not sure if I see new stuff here. Maybe I don't see new stuff here. Maybe I'm tripping. All right. Tier 1, we need a well. We need a firewood splitter. Then there's a saw pit, tannery, cobbler shop. Saw pit and tannery are bad. Firewood splitter, it shows 2 arrows down, but you don't. By the notes I have, the firewood splitter is on page 2. Firewood splitter is a 3x2 building. It shows 2 arrows down, but that radius is only 5. So as long as, whereas a saw pit is a 4x3 building with 2 arrows down, its radius is 10. The tanner is a 3x3 building, 2 arrows down, and it's 12 radius for its negative desirability. Okay. Compost yard has a radius of 10. Work camp is 7. The various mines show 2 arrows down, but then there's also a radius because you can actually move that circle. Soap shop has a radius, negative impact, a radius of 6, and charcoal kiln has a negative radius of 10. All right, so that's what the notebook's for, gang. And once I get everything put together for you guys, I play some more of it and get deeper into some of the other buildings so I can give you all the information. I'll create a chart and probably put that up on the Discord page or something. So, all right, make sure you join our Discord. Link in the description below. So we're going to need a firewood splitter, and that's see there, it's a 2x3 building. All right, so one other thing let's take into account here before we get too far down the road. Here's our fertility. So good farming is going to be over here and up here. We could do farming over here as well, okay? Industrial stuff, well, we're kind of laying out to move residential this way and probably put industrial down here because, well, I say that. Iron mine is over here. Oh, let's see what this... Wow, that's 10,000 ore. That's a lot. That's sweet. And then here's more. So we've got almost 15,000 ore, 14,000 ore in the neighborhood. Let's go check this over here. Okay, there's 5 deer there. Okay, there shows 6. So there's another one that we can't see. Again, on deer, you do not want to hunt them down below 2. So be cognizant of that. Here's some rocks. There's 20. There's 20. There's 120. That's a big rock. That's Dwayne Johnson right there. Where I see this like here, there's 20. And there may be one that's like 10. Yeah, like that. And there's 20. Okay. And then this is probably 40. Yeah. So we have some rocks in the area to work with. That's good. We have plenty of building materials. Stand of trees over here. Now, if I want to explore out further, we know the wolves are that way. Okay. We also know there's a sand, iron ore, and clay this way. So those are the things we know. But a consideration here in your design of your city is going to be, how do I defend this down the road? Unless you're playing pacifist mode, then it doesn't matter, right? But how am I going to defend this city? Now, from my experience so far, in about 25 hours, 30 hours of gameplay, is the raiders go after your storehouses because they want to steal stuff. Okay. Anything that's in storage. They'll go after, they won't go after stuff in the stockyard. They go after stuff in the storehouse, like pelts. Okay. I guess maybe they'll try to steal your food, but I think they're after the storehouse. They're also after the market and the trading post, especially if you have gold sitting in the trading post. Okay. They'll go after that gold. So from a defensive standpoint, let's think of, you could think of this from a ship standpoint. If you play World of Warships, what's going to be in the citadel, which is the best protected part of the ship? Well, it needs to be the most important components of the ship, right? So if we put the market, and there you put multiple markets out because basically you have one per neighborhood. But you could have the storehouses you want near the trading post, so then items can be moved quickly into the trading post to allow you to make facilitate trades. You don't want your people with a wheelbarrow going halfway across the map to haul crap back in to the trading post. Believe me, that ain't no fun. Okay? So you don't want to do that. But what I'm looking at is if you protect the town center and your critical components, then you just only have to build like the stone walls around this portion of the town. They do not have to include the residential areas. You see what I'm saying? You could put a palisade wall around the outer portions and have watchtowers. And the inner portions where you have your forts, your barracks with your troops, because those are defensive positions, and then you put your stronger walls. So basically you create a speed bump around the outside, slow them down, gives you time to take your forces and react to the assault. And then maybe you build defense in depth where you have additional towers that allow you to man up as they're trying to figure out how to get through your outer wall. You can then say, okay, hey, Fred and Wilma, you guys go man up this defensive tower here because the assault's come in this direction, and I want you guys to pick off everyone you can along the way. Right? So that's what we're looking at when I talk about a defense in depth design. Okay? So with all that blah, blah, blah said, what we need to do here is actually start building housing. Okay? And we've set ourselves up for success here. So we've got room for 3 by 3 houses on either side. And then we've got room for like gardens and stuff in the middle, which will help the numbers. Now, we need to get the houses built quick, okay? So what I'm going to do, you rotate with the tab key, all right? We could build one here. That tree's got to be taken down. That shouldn't take too long. We're going to skip a square. Then there's that one. So then there's skip a square. Then there's this one. So we've got stuff we have to clear in each of those cases. We don't have to clear any. Well, we got a bush here. All right, at some point we got to put a market in here too. I don't think that's unlocked yet because we don't have a saw pit yet. All right, so let's look back at our handy dandy list. Okay. So the market is 4 by 4 squares. All right. And it's got a radius of 15. So that said, do we have anything that can represent 4 by 4 squares? Oh, I know what we can do. Stockyard is 4 by 4 squares. That will stand in for it nicely. Okay. Did I bollocks this design up? Which is not a big deal. We can correct it real quick. But what I'm looking for here is, so if the range is 15, so if we start at this road here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's probably far enough. 14 at most, because then that just means the edge of the radius is going to be touching this road here at the very bottom of the screen where all the unhappy looking people are. Right? Okay. So you may have to have a little overlap because then that gives you room for a house over here getting caught and here in the catchment area. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm looking for here. Now, what I would probably do is just shift the market over to one side or the other. Because if you shift it over to one side, then you could build a school, which is 4 by 3. That could go adjacent to it. Rat catchers 2 by 2. Wells 1 by 1. Oh, I don't know how big I haven't written down how big the pub and the apothecary shop and the theater are yet. The pub is 2 by 3, I think. The theater is 4 by 4 or 5 by 5. It's big. Might be 6 by 6 even. It's too bad we can't just plan that out. Now, something else we learned and watching a video is we can plan where we're going to build stuff. You plunk it down and then you turn off construction. So you can do to a certain extent like this. Let's go to housing. We know where we're going to build houses. Okay. We want to build houses all along this. Let's think about that for 2 seconds here. You may want to start them a little further out. So we put commercial stuff like the trading post and storage areas right in here. All right, so let's look at storage areas. On stockyard is 4 by 4. The storehouse is 4 by 3. So with this 8 tiles, we could put 2 storehouses right here facing this road side by side. And then we could put an additional road behind them. And then we could have 2 stockyards. But the whole point of that exercise is you want those adjacent to your trading post. All right. People are going to go pick up stuff from there, but we're going to keep an eye on that. So let's leave 5 tiles here. So now we're going to do 1. Okay. So there's overlap. We're going to skip a tile. 2. Skip a tile. 3. Now we're going to kick over across the street. Hit the rotate key with the tab button. See, and it tells you there, rotate placeable tab. 5, 6. Okay, now We've triggered construction of 6 buildings. This one needs no clearing. This needs no clearing. Those should be the priority to get houses built quick. Okay? This one only needs like a bush cleared out of the way. We'll prioritize that. This one's going to take a minute. We're going to disable construction there. This one and this one, we're going to disable. All right? So you see the little hand come up. And you know what that hand means? All right, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. That's what it means. Okay. Now, let's hit the I key. That brings up our water table. And you can see, according to one of the videos I watched, the more trees there are, the more water table there is. And if you take the trees away, the water table goes down, which to me is counterintuitive. Trees grow where the water is. The water isn't where the trees are. But there may be something to the game that says if you clear out all the trees, then the water storage in the ground goes away. Okay. I don't know if I buy that. Now, this didn't exactly go the way I kind of wanted it to go. But that's okay. We're going to make it work. So there's a water bonus of 53% on this corner and 51% on this corner. And this is why I was building this kind of this way. Also, you don't want to put wells too close together. Now, I don't know what the negative impact range is. Over here is 61%. Here's 65. Here's 66. So with that said, 65, 64 there. Here's 60. Geez Louise. 67. That just means there's going to be more water in your well. Come over here. Yeah, 65, 67, blah, blah, blah. For now, we're going to build one centrally located well. That's going to go here. Okay. We're not going to prioritize that for the moment. And a firewood splitter. And I think we're going to put that right here. I think. I don't think that's a bad location for it. Because it's not going to bother the houses. But I do want to get someone working on firewood. We can always move it. Okay? We're going to prioritize that. We want to get the jump on firewood. Now here's the thing. One person can support a half dozen or so houses worth of firewood. So early on, you may build the firewood splitter and drop 2 people in it just to kick it in the butt, just so your number comes up. And once you hit about 100 or so firewood, you can drop it back down to 1 person. You should be fine. Okay? So now we got this. Then let's look at food production. All right, we're going to need a hunter cabin. So again, let's look over here. Look over here. There's deer, we know, down here on this hill. Right here. And then we know there's deer. Okay, there's deer over here. So I think we're going to put our hunter cabin over here. You know what? No, we're not. Belay that order. We are going to put the hunting cabin up here. Why up here, A-Train? There's only one deer thing. Yes. But which direction is the threat axis from the wolves? This is the threat axis from the wolves. Okay? So, we're going to put the hunting cabin along the threat axis. All right? We can hunt these deer. There may be only 5. There's 6 of them. One hunting cabin shouldn't wipe them out. But that puts the hunter between the wolves and our people. That's why we're going to put that there. Slope is too steep. It's better up here. It's better. It's okay here. It's not okay there, but it's okay right here. Boom. We can always move the hunting area around. We'll probably build a second one down here anyway, because we're going to actually be relying heavily on deer until we get to the point. Now, I'm going to hit the E key. This is explore. I just want to push this fog of war back a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't tie us up too long here. All right, so now we got some stuff to start building. Let's get busy. We know we don't need a fishing shack. We need a forager shack. So here I go. I hit pause again. All right. Patch of herbs. Herbs are good. That's hawthorn. Hawthorn is not in season yet. So right now, blueberries are in season. And you typically find them near water. Okay. Hawthorn comes out when you get into the real early spring. You get in the spring months and summer, you get hawthorn. Okay. Now, see, there's a bunch of greens right through here. There's a bunch of hawthorn here. There's a lot of stuff over here. So we are going to position ourselves kind of central with our... And again, you see where I'm building this? That's not going to require any clearing to get to that point. I'm going to prioritize that. You can't prioritize everything. We need the houses first. So they're going to haul the logs over, and you'll see the number of logs. Now, see this here? It needs to be cleared of obstructions. Okay? So that means you got to chop down trees and eat your lunch just like your old papa before you can build the house. Now, see this? Now we're counting down man hours to build. Okay, hold it. What's the problem? It's got to be a wolf. Okay, well, it's dead now. All right. So there you go. Oh, great. Villager stricken with rabies. That's terrific. That's just what we needed to start with. Dysentery I could have taken care of, but you got rabies, you're screwed. I think you're going to die. And that's cheap that it hits you that quick. But that's okay. All right. So here's some of your help stuff. Tutorials enabled. Desirability. That's extensive. Look at that, guys. That's really good. I'll let you all read that yourself. I'm not going to worry about the tutorials. Oh, you know what? Okay, confirmed. Now you need some water. I hope he doesn't spread rabies to other people because that's going to suck. But now we know we have a wolf problem in the area. So we're going to be looking, once we get 20 people or so in here and we can man the towers, we're going to build some towers to help kind of work on defense. What's going to suck is this guy is going to die on us. Whoa, okay, this is new. So here's the shelter desirability. And then here's level 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're going to have to watch this guy. I'm afraid his health's at 57%. Yes, I know we have a housing shortage. And yes, I know firewood is low. Thank you. And see, you mouse over here. He's got rabies. He's not happy. Wait, did that go back? Did that go up? Did it go from 67 to 64, or did it go from 57 up to 64? Oh, his health's going up. That's good. So over time, maybe he'll heal. Shoo, that's good. Okay, the basic well is done. All right, so now, here's where we are on the calendar. This is when it starts getting cold. Okay, so that's when we need the firewood ready. Right now, we got the firewood splitter. We got one person looking for it. We've got no logs. So that's okay. We're going to actually take that slot off for now. Why are you taking the slot off, A-Train? Because we need to get the houses built. There's 2. Now we need 2 more logs for this one. And then we'll roll tide with 3 houses with the 12 villagers to start with. All right. It doesn't look like people are running as much as they used to. This is our guy with rabies, but his health bar is going up, so. Oh, well, there's a heat wave. All right, here we go. This is good. This is going to take care of this. Then we can start dedicating logs to firewood. Well, we still got construction projects going on. Okay, so there's that. So now. Oh no! Our dude died. All right, he croaked. The question is where? That sucks. Where did you die? Where did you die? You must have died up here? Dang it. We lost a dude that quick. We can get 3 months in. Oh, there he is. He's right here. Yeek. All right, so what's that mean? That means we got to build a graveyard. This looks like a good spot out here because this is fertile land. We want to build fields here. Yeah. So what we're going to do is just extend this road this way. Okay. And that road can get built whenever. Man, that's sad. Kind of pisses me off, actually. Now, what I want to try to do is minimize the amount of crap they have to actually dig through. That actually should be a good sized graveyard. Okay, so we'll do that. So again, I built that where it could have gone bigger. We went deeper. I could have gone another tile deeper. That's going to hold probably like 150 bodies. So that will last us a while. Okay. Now, we're going to continue on, and let me actually prioritize that. Okay, we now have a hunter up. So now what we're going to do, work areas. Okay. Some buildings have a work area, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we click on this thing here to move the work area. All right. So here's the deer. They're actually in the catchment area. We're going to actually open it up just like that. Not too far because we don't want him getting too close to the wolves until we're ready. Now, we're starting to get along a little bit. The problem is we're going to have to get firewood going. So we're going to go ahead and enable the slot here. Put 2 people on the job. We got our 3 houses up. We're going to need, we can get it. We'll probably get a baby in here first. And then go from there. The question is, do I want to build a road? Yeah, sure. Let's build a road across there. Firewood is low. Acknowledged. All right. I want to stay focused on critical things. Now, we have our Forager. Okay. Now, why Hawthorne isn't showing up, I don't know. We may not quite be there yet, but there's a lot of greens, a lot of stuff over here. So if you move this around, see how it says 3 things of berries? I'm looking at the forager source. Foraging sources at the bottom. Developed land, 0%. All right. There's 3 chevrons of berries, 3 of, what are those? Roots, herbs, and then 3 of plants. See how if I move, it changes? Some drop off, some add on. All right. So that can help you. And then like if we move over here, you'll see a whole, see there's eggs and there's mushrooms, and so there's a lot of stuff in this space right here. The mushrooms and the eggs are over here in the trees. So there's more sources. All right. And the different sources are at different times of the year. So take that into account. Forager Shack only has 1 person. What we'll probably do is build us a second one over here on this side of town in a minute. Now we're going to be hunting. And if we're hunting, that means we're going to need to smoke meat. So we're going to go to food production, and we're going to put a smoker in here. We're going to do that. That's an undesirable building. I don't want it too far away from here. Actually, here. Let's pause the game. Now we're going to learn something. Whoops. Pause the game, I said. All right. My notes say that a smoker, which is on these, oh, there it is, smokehouse, has a radius of 6 where it affects the desirability in a negative way. So it starts to nerf the desirability, okay? So see how it's minus 11, minus 12, minus 13 if it's right next door to you, minus 14 if it's right next door, okay? All right, so we're looking at this house right here. Now we can't build it there because it's on the road. Actually, let's go here. This one will be better. Okay, so, I mean, we can't build it there because it's on the 3x3 tile of the house, right? So we start here. There it's minus 13, minus 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There, so it's still the same. 6 tiles away, you're good. It will not affect the desirability of the house. The issue is we don't want to build it right there because we want to go somewhere else. So we're actually going to build it here, I think. And I want to go ahead and get a second, because we do not have a fishing shack. Typically we would have a fishing shack. Again, build in the open space so it doesn't waste time. All right. So right here we got room. You can always move these. All right. So keep that in mind. Now see how they're needing water up here too. A well raises desirability. See the green? Do I have that written down here? Well, I don't know if I thought of that. Yes, I do. Oh, it has a radius of 13. Okay. So let's look at the well. We'll pause here. All right. So here, now we're not looking at the water bonus. We're looking at the house that's got the green glow around it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the radius around the well that it positively affects is 13 squares. Okay. So for sake of discussion, see, we built the road there. You know what? We're going to put this here. I don't know if that road's going to stay there, but I think this well is going to stay here. Okay, there we go. This tree looks like it got cleared, so let's enable construction on this home. Let's get one more home up. We need to really get these logs kicked in the butt, though, because we're going to be in trouble with no firewood. Ooh, nice. That's a big tree. We don't need a thicket. We don't need a dead maple tree. Oak tree. Yep, harvest that. A couple of oak trees. A couple of big maple trees. So that should help. Now, what we need next is going to be our stockyard. So we're going to go to storage, and we need stockyard. So where are we going to put this? Because that's going to start putting together the plan of where our trading post is going to be. And I'm thinking trading post could be somewhere along here. Let's put the stockyard right there. And see, firewood splitter. All right, we've done what we can there. This, we've got to have the stockyard first. All right, we're getting some firewood chopped now. And we need this. Oh, the graveyard's built. All right, so now it's got room for 112 bodies. So someone will come along and get a wheelbarrow and scoop this guy up and send him over there. Give him his last rites and all that stuff. And we got some hawthorn. Now the hawthorn has come out. Okay. So hawthorn comes out middle of summer. And then you can see here mushrooms, medicinal roots, nuts, herbs, eggs, willow, greens, and berries. Okay. So the other thing we're going to look to do, no, we don't want dirt road build site, is we are going to build another put that there. All right. So now we roll for a bit. Patch of herbs, hawthorn. The key now is we start gathering as much food as we can. So now we hit the R key. Oh, look at this. Pretty. Let's hit pause. All right. So toggle the resource categories are displayed whether items the settlement does not have in storage are visible. Okay. Quantities of all resources the settlement has in storage are shown here. Select a resource to display detailed production info. Set production limits. See where the resource is produced and or what is used for. And here's a summary of all the storage buildings, how much space remains, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's interesting. So most of this is going to be, right now, it's going to be our cart down here, our ox cart. Okay. All right. So you can click that, toggle that on and off with the question mark. All right. So we got some stone and we got buckets of water. We got berries. We have meat, but this is fresh meat. Fresh meat does not keep as long as smoked meat. That's what you got a smoker for. Then we have root vegetables. So we got, this is our food supply right here. All right. Produce materials. We got some firewood coming along. We're gaining pelts and tallow, which is animal fat. That's used to make soap. All right. So that's a good thing to work with. And in usable items, we got some tools, some weapons, some bows, and arrows. Okay. The number of arrows seems to be down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to prioritize the Forager shack because that has a seasonal limit. Hunters work year-round. Fishers work year-round. Foragers only work between here and about here. Okay. So if you want to split this up, see how it's saying early autumn? This is how you look at this calendar. This is spring. This is month by month. So your early spring, it's cold. Then you get the warming up. That's spring. Now, right now, we're transitioning from summer into autumn, and then we go into winter. All right? That's how you read the calendar. So it goes spring through winter as opposed to New Year's through, whatever. All right, so we got that prioritized. We need logs. We need stone. We need more people. And the trick there is we need another house because I don't think someone is just going to move in by themselves. Now we have 9 months of food. And we're going to look to build the houses as soon as we get kind of, a little bit further along here. All right. The smoker site, smokehouse, that will service effectively 2 meat gathering sources. So in our case, it's going to be 2 hunters' lodges. All right. If you had 2 fishing shacks or 1 of each, that's what you need, 1 per. I hear the geese. The Canadian Air Force is in town. went out and got the eggs. I'm not too worried about the mushrooms. All right, let's go, people. Let's go. All right, professions. Laborers harvest resources, and then they carry stuff around or pick things up. And picking up debris or items dropped on the ground is something that the new 0.8.0 patch is supposed to correct. You wind up with stuff crap dropped all over your village. That's supposed to correct that. Repairs buildings, delivering clay or sand to crop fields, changing their soil mixture. Okay, so you always want a few of these folks. Now, they're drawn from the labor pool. You may want to increase the maximum number of builders as your town grows to keep up construction and maintenance needs. Okay, and then you control what the villagers are assigned to. So see, we have up to 4 people tasked as builders, right? Even though right now we're not really building a whole lot. So really everybody, only one is actually doing building work. So that's okay. I would like someone to go get the pooper scooper and clean up this body. That'd be swell. That thicket. That may be sitting in the middle of the road. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's prioritized already. Okay, whatever. Now, up here, you see we have 11 months worth of food, but 8 is looking to be lost to spoilage. Okay? And the issue there is we need to build a root cellar. Well, we need smoker active too. This will help correct things. And see, they just got this built just in time for us to go into frickin' winter, so that's not going to do us any good. All right. So maybe we can just get this guy to collect a few berries in here around the house. All right. See how we've got 2 people going on firewood now, but we're showing 72? Okay. If you need to, you can cut one person out of this. We really want to get this to 100. You never want it to drop below 100. Once you get to a bigger town, you're probably going to have to move that number up. Now we click here. See how this is seeking food? This guy's being useless right now. He needs to be out foraging for the rest of the... Now we've lost the hawthorn. Hawthorn is now out of season. Okay? So he's going to need to go get these greens here and these herbs real quick like. But he's farting around. He's stocking his shelter, which is this building here. See how it's got 4 buckets of water? I don't know how we get so many buckets of water. Where did the buckets come from? Okay, now this is about to come up, which is good. So, all right, we're going to take our attention off of him and put our attention here. So now, this guy is going to have lots of deer to choose from. Because there's this group here, which has 6. This group here has several. This group here has several. We could put another hunting shack over here. But for now, we're going to be okay with just this one. This guy's got plenty to hunt. All right, now we're going into winter. So, winter of year 1. Idling, unable to work, you're out. Go away. Go do something else. Go be useful. Seeking shelter, you're out too. Well, he got 4 greens. Let him stock the shelter, and then we'll be okay. So now we're gonna get this extra house built. Now we got 136. We're gonna drop that number down. And you can look at the weather situation here. Extreme cold temperature, moderate breeze. If this is a really white snowflake, then it's a problem. That's deadly cold temperature. Okay. 6 months of food, 3 months set to spoil. As soon as we get this squared away, that's going to change. And as soon as we get this built, we can build a root cellar, and then that'll change again. So now we're back up to 8 months of food, yada, yada, yada. Okay. But these are the basics for year one. The key is to get through this first winter. You got to get your houses built, firewood coming in, and food stockpiled. Okay. Now, see how the patch of herbs or greens? Have them go get that stuff. Because if they can get it, that's just a little bit more we got. Plus, it looks like the bird's nest. Oh, it has no bird. It has nothing in it. If these are in black and white, then there's nothing available at that time. Once it goes colored, then you're okay. See, right now, everybody's putting everything over here into the storage wagon. We don't want that. It will spoil quickly there. This needs to get built. Which means I probably want to go ahead and disable that again. Now, this area has been opened up, which is good. So we're going to keep this disabled. We will put a priority on clearing that stupid thicket. Clearing that thicket then will prep that spot for the house to be built, like the other one's prepped. Okay? And that just means it'll expedite. All right. Now, see how this says, okay, now let's pause here for a second. So let's look at this. Deer sighted. See how it's down to one chevron? If I click on this, it's showing there's only 2 of them. We don't really want that. So I'm actually going to take them out of play, and we are going to actually build another hunter cabin over here with this one. There's those damn wolves. And we have plenty of meat to smoke. We're running out of greens and stuff, but we're almost through winter now. Then things will improve. You just got to get through this first winter. Everybody's going to be warm. And right now, our villagers are pretty happy because they've all got good shoes. They're clean. They don't need a bath this year. They're going to need a bath in another year or 2. All right, now the thaw is occurring. So now the calendar switches over. We're through winter. Now we're going to start spring. Okay? All right. So we got another house complete. This is good. So now we've got housing for 16. So we've got room to immigrate some people in here. Now, up here is a master idiot alert going off. Let's click on that and see what it wants. What we can do here is look at this chart. And it'll show you your production, your consumption, what's spoiled, and all this. So some very detailed charts and graphs. Ross Perot would be very proud. Okay? We don't have any dairy available. Okay? Population. Goods and materials produced. So good information in these reports are up here in the upper left. All right? So let's roll. Now, with that said, notice all the greens are available again. We want them back busy. Also, there's eggs. Okay? So let's get them kicking that in the butt. Now, this one over here is a similar situation. There's plenty of greens available. Remember, greens, eggs, patch of herbs, and blueberries come available very early in the season. So we can move this here. We can move this here. But notice down at the bottom, see how the foraging sources is changing? All right. We want 3 chevrons on as much as we can get. So that'll work. Now, this is built. Our stockyard is built, which means we can build our root cellar now. So we go to storage, root cellar. Now, the root cellar, I think we're going to put one here. We'll eventually build a second one here. We want this near the housing because that's where the food's coming from. All right. And we're going to put a rush on this. And we're going to eventually move this guy further away because we want that food out. So I'm going to uncheck all this stuff because that food will spoil faster on the cart than it will in the root cellar. So now they've got a little bit of work to do. They're going to clear out the hawthorn bush, which we're not going to get anything out of, but that's okay. People are building roads. That's great. Whatever. We're low on logs, so we need to get some logs going in here. Let's click on this. It's a thicket. Let's clear this crap out. Here's a birch tree. It gives us 9 logs. Prioritize. There's another thicket. Now, notice I'm clicking. See how there's, look, see how it turned, there's a little glow around the mouse pointer here? If I click on that, now it's saying a small thicket. That's telling you got something. So here's a birch tree. It's not fully developed yet. Now, if you want to improve all this stuff, no, you can't till level 2. Then you can unlock a work camp. But now, we can do a saw pit. Now, you do not want to be close to the houses. The range, according to my handy list, saw pit. That's going to be on page 2. Saw pit. It's 4x3 structure. It's double down arrows, and it's a radius of 10. So you do not want it within 10 tiles of a house. Justin Corman, hey, what's shaking, buddy? How are you? How are things up Cincy way? Now, here's what we're going to do. To make movement more efficient, logs are going to go here. Okay? This is going to take logs and turn them into boards. All right? So what we can do is put this down here. I don't want to put it, man, got all that green over there. I want to make sure we're staying far enough away from where we are going to put, or where we're going to have housing. Let's put this here. So, logs will go here. See raw materials? You get logs, stone, iron ore, gold ore, coal, clay, sand. Then your firewood gets stored here, your wood planks get stored here, and your clay bricks get stored here. All right, usable items, barrels. We won't get those till we get a cooper unless we buy them. So we've got logs come here. They go here to get processed or here made into firewood, or they go out for building. Okay, get turned into planks. Planks go back here for storage. Do you see the thought process here? We want to make it as efficient as possible to move things from A to B to C. Let's move Big Boy over here. Hello, Monica. Welcome aboard. How are you today? It's first snow of the holiday season. That's awesome, dude. That's super cool. Okay. Now, resume. Thank you. Ah, it's a storm. We are going to, now, having this disabled. One thing about this is the building's health. Okay? Hunting cabins do not decline in their structural integrity. Houses do. Okay? So this is the new bar that they've added for the desirability. See, it's at 4%. It has a basic well. It's telling you what is making it better. All right? It's also telling you who's living here. And these are, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night. I work all day. Now, they got poo. They got water, firewood, vegetables, and meat. All right, so someone needs to come clean out the pooper. So as soon as we get, they're unable to find space to store foods. Master idiot alert. Okay, I got it. Cool. Good on you. That's why we're building a root cellar right there, and it is prioritized. Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, storage buildings. Ooh, fancy. Confirm. Goodbye. Okay. Now, we are going to build a pooper deal. That's going to be... Oh, we got to build the... Villagers are unable to find space to store produced goods, which is the storehouse. Okay? One step at a time, game. One step at a time. All right? Can we give me a minute here? Storehouse. Now, we talked about this earlier. We're going to set ourselves up for success. Oh, okay. I was going to face this way either. There, that goes that way. We're going to put that there. We're going to move big boy here. I don't want to move him that way. Let's move him this way. How's life otherwise up in the tri-state area there, Justin? Wait a second. Wait a second. What happened? Did I... Occlusion highlight. Now, one thing to keep in mind, if you ever want to restart a map or something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was just asking how's life up in your neck of the woods there, in the tri-state area. The seed you can put in so you can pull up this map again. All right. So if you ever need to, it's in general settings. It's in the save menu, main menu. It's right here at the bottom. Okay. So you could re-roll the map. You could restart the map. All right. There's all these things going on. Okay. My thing is I've lost something and I don't know how I lost it. I've lost where everything is located. All the little master, hey, here's stuff over here alerts. Oh, wait. GIF widgets. Oh, widgets. Maybe it's a widget. Okay, there's F2. Oh. There's all the people. And it's telling what all the people are doing. That's kind of cool. There. Wait, no. Oh, that's it. Okay, so this cycles. This is F4. What happened? I turned something off here. It's telling you how much there is of everything everywhere. That's a little too much data. Okay, well that's weird. All right, so we need stone and we're out of stone. So let's prioritize. That stone right there. Because we need that for our root cellar. And here is our deal over here getting built. We still haven't picked up any new people. That's a little disturbing. All right, there we go. New hunter. Hunter shack. Okay, this is hunting cabin. And we're going to just kind of cheat this a little bit this way. But we got 3 sources of deer up in here. So I think we're going to be okay. Now, over here, food loss to spoilage, 41 meat. Ouch, that hurts. But now, see how we show 14 months of food and 4 months set to loose to spoilage? If we can get this squared away. All right, there's the logs. Now we need stone. So now if I hit, oh, that's okay. Heat wave is not a what the heck? The problem is we haven't gotten anybody new in. At least 4 laborers. Okay, we're going to take our firewood splitter off the job for a minute. The heat wave is not a factor until you have fields, and then it will be an issue at the point when you have certain crops planted. Yay! That's what we needed, was bodies. Thank goodness. Now they're working on the rocks. Yeah. I see it. Okay, now these are showing, patches of herbs are showing up. Did the game turn those off? Automatic building upgrades enabled. Okay, that's good. Autosave. Oh, I see what that is. Okay. So we're going to keep an eye on this firewood thing. But the key here is to get this built. All right, there, that person's done. I think we're done building roads for now. I want everyone focused on this stone to get this built. Oh, now it just needs labor. Okay, that's prioritized. This is prioritized. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, now they're still building the roads. Okay. Hooray. The root cellar's done. So now we're going to click on this guy and we're going to turn off the rest of the meat stuff. So the rest of the food stuff will not, no food will get stored. So that'll help cut down. See how we have 17 months of food, 18 months of food, but, well, 19 months, Jesus. We have a lot of food lined up here. So we'll put everything in here now. Now, if we click on this, I can't really see, but the patches of herbs. What happened to all the other stuff? Do we just have to guess where it is? I had to have hit something. I don't know what it was. WASD has moved the screen around. Q, E, E is explore. C shows clear. Okay. X is for walls. Z centers you back up. V, nope. Let's go back to settings and controls. Let's see if there's something I turned off here. Toggle bent resource menu. No. Toggle the UI is right bracket. Oh, cool. Now I can see up here. There are these things. I feel like maybe a bug has occurred here. But we still have our patches of herbs over here. This deer is running for its life. And we can still see there's mushroom, there's herbs, there's eggs, there's greens, and there's berries in that area. So that's good. Now hopefully we're going to get the logs in place here to get this built, and that'll do. Okay, so now they're going to hammer this out. Then we'll have our 3 storage things built. Okay, so that'll be good. We keep an eye on the firewood. We have 4 homes to heat, and the smoker requires firewood. Okay. See our resource button here. You see how much food we have. Now, with 15 of 16 people, we're going to get this house built. Now that's built. Okay, now, here's the deal. We're pause. So we're going to click on this, and then we're going to turn off all the food storage here. Because until you have, you see in the middle where it says barrels and it says 0%, okay, spoilage reduction. You do not want food stored here. All right? You want food stored in the root cellar. Everything else goes here. All your finished products go here. Oh, you know what? That was stupid. I could have just unchecked that. That was a nice quality of life upgrade. Thanks, guys. Either that or I'm an idiot and never noticed it. Which is entirely possible. So, all right. Let's run this along. Now we're starting to drop here a little bit. A new villager was born. Hooray. We're going to go ahead and put someone in here so we can keep up with firewood. We're getting close to the, we're going into fall now. And we need one more log here, which is on its way in. And now this house will get built. And we're going to go ahead and start up the construction on this one. Now, if we come over here, it's not telling us. All right, that house got built. Hooray. So now hopefully we can get some more migrants in here. Because that's more labor. We need more labor. So you can see how we have our little tic-tac-toe board going here. Now here comes the Canadian Air Force flying over from north to south. We're actually facing north. All right, so this is looking good right now. We're about to have our board making place up. Uh-oh. There we go. Uh-oh, pause. That's a wolf. Okay, so we got a wolf attacking our guy. He's going to run away. Now the wolf's, toast. But Mathak, that guy's butt kicked. So he's going to have to go home and chill for a bit. Put a Band-Aid on it. Rub some dirt in it. You'll be okay. All right, so here's that. And right now, I have to go make a pit stop. So you guys coffee talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay, did anybody die? Oh, what do we got here? 6 people. Hey, guess what? We have housing. I will take them. We have food and we have housing, and that's the key. So the good thing about this is with the amount of housing we have, we can facilitate them without having to build new housing, right? That's step one. Because you could build new housing, but in this case, we don't have to. Step two is we have 28 months of food in storage. We're looking to lose 10 months of it. That food will go into their housing. So that means that should help save some of that food. All right. So this is good. Let's get this prioritized. Now we got 22 of our 24 housing spots built or filled. Is the market available yet? Not until we get the stupid sawmill. This has to be built, and then that's going to unlock a whole lot of stuff for us. More people. Oh, yes. Built. Speaking of, yes, build a market. Okay, I will as soon as this gets done. Now it just needs 13 units of labor. And then this 4 people can work in this. Oh, let me take that lie back. 6 can. Has that gone up? Did that go up? I think they buffed this. I think there was only 4 slots. 6 is good. 2 people working it. That's good. So let's review here. We got 12 laborers. That's good. Nobody's building anything at the moment. That's good. All right. So now with this built, that opens up a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's look at what we got. Now we can build the market, which raises desirability of everything around it. Okay. Now the problem is we're 1 tile out of range of that house. So this road I built across here is no bueno. You see, do you see what I'm saying here? Actually, so here's what we're going to do. We're actually take this road out. So here's you go salvage building. Yes. Okay. I'm going to build this road this way. Okay. Now, we're going to go back, hit the builder menu, hit this. And now we're in range of all the houses. And we're going to turn it so it faces that way. Because if I move it 1 tile away, I lose that house. See how the desirability changes? +5, +7, +9. It goes way up the closer this is to it. Well, you can't put them everywhere. And see, there it's at 10% desirability. What we can do is move that house. Okay? That's another thing we could do. Or besides the fact we can move that house. This is where the trick of stacking stuff on top of each other comes into play. All right. So what we are going to do is move the house, but not this second. I'm not going to put this here. I'm going to put it here because I'm afraid we're going to lose some building space over here because the slopes are too steep. Okay. I do want road around this deal. We're going to stack those houses. We're going to put that there. I'm going to rebuild that road I built. Okay. And then after I build some more houses, I'm going to move these over and I'm going to tighten this up so these 3 are adjacent to each other, which could raise an issue if there's a fire, but I'm not terribly fussed about it right now. We have enough stone to go ahead and build it. We still need more logs. Now with the additional houses, it becomes a bit of a problem here. Let's get our firewood numbers up. We'll go back to the people. See, we got tons of laborers. Now, here's the other thing. See how the snow's starting to fall a little bit early? Let's click on this. idling, unable to work. There's nothing for them to pick up there. We might be able to sneak up here and get something real quick. We'll see. Foraging greens. This one as well. Idling, unable to work. That's no good. We know these are deer, so that's fine. New villager born, that's fine. Okay. We're going to pull them out of there. All right, now the greens have gone away. The patch of herbs have gone away. So now, idling, unable to work. Let them get back and check in with whatever they've got. They should have some stuff in storage. It should take it to the root cellar. And then you can see what they've produced in this past year. Now, the root cellar is saying we just lost 41 greens. Well, poo on you. We're going to disable that slot. That puts them into the labor pool, which means they should go chop rocks. Go harvest that stuff, people. Let's go. Get a move on. All right, so now you've seen how we get through the first couple of years here. We're at 23 of 24 people, which means we need to build more houses. But I want to focus on getting the market built first. And then the key is to cluster your houses in and around the market site. Okay? Because that will increase their desirability. Right now, the well is the only thing increasing it. So if I click on the house and mouse over, basic well, 5%. With this one, town center, 6%, basic well, 3%. Okay, so that's getting a little bit of a buff from the town center. How are we doing here time-wise? Oh my gosh, we've been going almost 2 hours. Too much fun. I really like this game. Oh, hey, the little thingy things have reappeared. Hooray. That's good. I was missing those. Well, not all of them have reappeared. Huh. Yeah, that must be a bug with this new release. They'll probably put out another patch. Okay. See now how our firewood's kicking butt and we're through most of the winter? I'm going to go ahead and take one person off that. It's going to give us another laborer who should be going out and breaking rocks and stuff like these people are. Let's see, we got to have 50 planks. So what we'll do here, because we got logs now, is we'll add 2 people in here. And see, you'll actually see stuff appearing in the piles down here, which is kind of cool. All right, so now we're about to roll into year 3. And that, folks, hooray. We're maxed out on our people right now. So now you've seen how to get through your first 2 years on the medium setting here for Farthest Frontier. Now available on Steam from Crate Entertainment. We are going to hold up right here. Why? Because I need to get in a workout and some dinner. And then make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that bell icon, ring-a-ding-a-ding, so you know when we go live or upload a video. And we will be back because I'm going to do some more of this evening. I'm having a lot of fun with this game, and I want to share as much of it as possible with you guys. But at the same time, you know, this is almost 2 hours of video. So for those of you who stuck around, I appreciate you being here. And I hope you learned something. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Put questions in the comments below. Also, join us on Discord, and your donations are welcome at PayPal. Links in the description below as well. So that's going to do for this episode of Farthest Frontier, and let's play Farthest Frontier with A-Train. So you guys, hope you enjoyed it. And again, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell icon, because I will be back before too long. But it's Wednesday. Wednesday is workout day. So I got to get my workout in, because otherwise I'd sit here all night and not do it. And then I can't go back to being fat. All right? Well, I appreciate you guys being here and being part of the discussion. Thanks for jumping on. I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.